A huge thanks to the community's own Billionaire10 for his work in planning, organizing, and moderating the Geek Developer Challenge. If you happen to see Billionaire and wish to thank him for his work on the competition, please remember to contact me immediately so I can throw him back in the cell with comics and the rest of the community moderators. Can't have them going and wandering off now, can we? Today's episode is brought to you by the Speed Force. Stick around to the end to see how you can make your own connection today. Hey everyone, how's it going? Geek here, and today, as always, we are back with another awesome weekly update video. With the build testing underway for the Flash game these past 2 weeks, I had honestly hit a wall on what to do next. I wanted to do more work throughout Central City, but had to refrain in case the layout needed to be adjusted based on the feedback from my Patreon members. So I spent a majority of my time working on the superhero project and character modeling for the Flash game. So let's get into everything, talking about the feedback I received from the Patreon members, the work I did on character modeling, the current state of the superhero project, and the results from the Geek Developer Challenge. We'll also be getting an awesome guest appearance from Comic Books vs. the World in today's video, so you don't want to miss that. As always, check out the time codes in the video description if you want to jump around. Alright, let's get into it. First and foremost, we have to talk about character modeling. One of the complaints I heard the most coming off the release of the Flash game's first beta was that there wasn't a civilian clothes Barry Allen skin to use. He had several costume options and even a mini game that involved his civilian job, but stayed in costume the entire time. It was unfortunate, but the Barry Allen model I was using apparently disagreed with Unreal Engine on several key issues, one of which being whether or not the game should accurately read the skeletal assets of the skin that was being used. Unreal Engine made a compelling argument in favor of letting people play the game properly, but that Barry Allen model just wasn't having any of it. So I dumped his ass in the closest virtual dumpster I could find and got to work making a different model. He was kinda dumpy anyway, with low resolution textures and no facial controls to move his eyes or mouth. With the game planned to have extensive dialogue and cinematic cutscenes, the model needed to be able to move his mouth, blink his eyes, and cry his heroic tears throughout the game. So the original Barry Allen would have only been temporary anyway, since he couldn't do any of that. No big loss in throwing him out. The hardest part about making a good Barry Allen model, aside from making sure Unreal Engine agreed with it, was making sure that you get the likeness exactly right. I mean, this is the main character of the game. He's the main guy. His name's in the f***ing title. He's the main character. If he was looking funky, people would notice. So I went online to find a picture of Grant Gustin that I could use as an image texture to put on the model. That's where I ran into a major problem. Turns out Grant Gustin refuses to take a basic profile shot. At least that's my understanding of the guy, considering nearly every picture of him I found was either at a strong angle, he was making a major expression, or it had some crazy lighting. Let me explain. The plan was to take a picture of Grant Gustin's actual face and map it onto the character model to ensure that all the details of his face are correct. This unfortunately means if the picture isn't perfect, the model isn't going to look right. If the picture of Grant Gustin is taken from an angle, his facial features will be slanted to one side, as though his face is trying to turn without his head. If he's smiling, laughing, talking, or making any strong expression in his pictures, his facial features, most likely his mouth, won't line up correctly to the models. And if the lighting is too strong, he's shadowed, or there's any kind of colored lighting in the picture, it will become part of his model's texture. Shading would be fixed to his face no matter the lighting conditions, or the skin tone of his head would be several shades off the rest of his bodies. So finding a good, usable picture of Grant Gustin's face was the mission, and it felt impossible. Seriously though, he's always smiling, laughing, looking at his friends rather than the camera, or sitting in stylized lighting. Like, Grant, I get you're happy, but stop smiling, damn it, you're ruining my pictures. Finally though, I managed to find some pictures of Grant Gustin that were usable as image textures for the model, and we now have a model of Barry Allen with full facial controls that I think looks pretty decent. Now we can have the Flash with his mask on and off for his Season 1 suit, his Season 4 suit, and even have an alternate Flash with his emo haircut. I'm also working on creating a normal civilian clothes body for him so we can speed around as regular Barry Allen and show up to work without outing our secret identity this time around. Moving forward, let's talk about the feedback I received from the closed build testing for the Flash game. I got a few comments about the building's collisions getting a bit wonky or the skin changer not working correctly, but aside from that, Central City seems to be doing alright. No one reported any buildings being out of place or missing collisions entirely, which is great news. I also didn't see anyone talking about the game crashing on them, which is a great sign too. So I'll be making some minor adjustments to the game to correct the issues people did have and opening up the city more to include the residential areas before releasing it back to the Patreon members to continue testing for me. Hopefully I can get that all finished and export it out soon, but I'll keep everybody updated on the progress being made. Okay, before we move on to the GamerGeek Developer Challenge, I wanted to show everyone some of the work I've been doing on the superhero project. I've had all these big plans and ideas for the game, and right now it's all about getting them on the screen. So I made a cool menu system for the game, and I've been working on implementing all the different customization options for the superpowers. Once I get the actual superpowers sorted out, I'll move on to implementing the actual character customization part. Basically, how I have it planned out, there will be 3 different things to customize for your character. The character themselves, their powers, and their costume. I'll be adding a bunch of presets and color options for people to design their own costumes, and will probably include a bunch of cosmetics that you can find throughout the game too. Still, I think the game is looking really good, and it's been super fun to work on. Once the powers customization is implemented, I'm probably going to do a video showcasing the different types of heroes you can create. Definitely let me know what you think of the footage of the game though, I'm excited to hear everyone's thoughts about it. Okay, now on to the results of the GamerGeek Developer Challenge. Before we announce a winner though, I wanted to thank everyone who participated, and we should definitely do more challenges in the future. Now then, in first place, we have EDO5's Coleman. In second place, we have Curtis Creates, another platformer with superheroes. In third place, we have Billionaire 10's Legend of the Titan. And in fourth place, we had a tie between Bradley's Black Row Peaks, More Mega Madness's Rebel Storm, and Iron Dragon's The One in the Shadows. Once again, a huge thanks to everyone involved and congratulations to EDO5. Nice work everyone, and if you all enjoyed their work in this competition, definitely reach out to them at some point and let them know. I'm sure they'd really appreciate it. Really great stuff though, guys. I really love the creativity I saw in this challenge, and like I said, we'll definitely have to do more of these challenges in the future. What'd you think, Comics? Did you enjoy the work you saw in this competition? Riveting content as always, Comics. Keep up the good work, never change. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like and comment down below. Also be sure to hit that sub button if you haven't already. If you enjoyed the Gamer Geek Developer Challenge, definitely let me know down below and leave your thoughts on the games presented. Also let us know what themes you would want to see in another challenge later on. Definitely let me know what you thought about the Superhero Project and the Barry Allen models. I worked hard on those and I'm really hoping people like them. Especially Emo Barry, that's a fan favorite right there. Huge thanks to Comics for appearing in today's video. Ah, he cracks me up, what a character. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. You may be wondering how you too can get your own Speed Force connection. Well, today's sponsor has got your back. Lightning! Go outside and get struck by it. You'll never know if it works unless you try it.